Welcome to the city of Derbent, where the Soviet striker Chronoplane Loon is living its last days. In the late 60s of the last century, the USSR started to develop the first chronoplanes. They were constructed upstream of the Volga in the Krasnaya Sormovo plant. They were tested here, at the Caspian Sea. 8 and K-87 turbofan engines gave the chronoplane a total thrust of 25,000 kilograms per centimeter. These very reliable engines were installed on the civil planes Il-86. There was no need for large wingspan for a chronoplane. Unlike a usual aircraft, the center of the lift fell on the stern, and as a result, the cape plumage was so large that it practically exceeded the wings in size. High speed allowed it to make surprising attacks on the enemy fleet, and the low altitude, just above the surface, made him just absolutely invisible for enemy raiders. Of course, all of you want to know what is the difference between a chronoplane and the usual plane. The secret is in air bouncing effect, which is created here, beneath the short wings. When the air reflects from the surface, it lifts the chronoplane up. And because of that, there's no need in high power here. It has quite enough power to lift up and move at a very high speed. The main caliber of the chronoplane were 6 supersonic anti-ship Mosquito missiles. Due to the high speed and low detectability, they could overcome any air defense. One hit of the side of an enemy warship completely disabled it. At the time, Mosquito Missile was one of the most modern anti-ship missiles of the USSR. Piercing warhead was equipped with 250 kilograms of the explosives. But the main danger was not in the explosives, but in the speed. It gave the missile just huge kinetic energy, letting it to piece any armor and explode inside, making just a catastrophic damage. Just try to imagine that. The chronoplane went from the port and reached the speed of 500 kilometers per hour. It was very fast that days, and now no warship can reach that speed. The chronoplane get to the enemy CV fleet. Due to its low altitude, it was hardly detectable. You could only detect it with a VAX plane or something like that. When Loon approached the enemy fleet, it launched the Mosquito missiles. They made slide maneuver at first, and then they went down and moved just upon the surface to the enemy. Now, just take a look at this huge keel and watch how big is this giant plumage is. Its span is really more than the wingspan. There are lots of different devices installed on the keel. It could be radars, targeting devices, and something more. Due to the fact that main lifting force that lifted the chronoplane above the surface was concentrated right here, and it was a quite hard task to stabilize it, and because of that, lots of metal, and it was aluminium, was used here, and because of that, its life lasts so long. All of this mass is installed right in this tail. And here also was installed a tower with 2 cannons Geshat-23. The same towers with the cannons were also installed on the Soviet strategic bombers Tu-95s and also on Tu-160s. The main reason which killed the chronoplane was not weather or enemy or some malfunction. By the way, it was quite hard to maintain horizontal position, and because of that, ancient Soviet autopilot was installed on the board of the chronoplane. This autopilot helped to maintain it aligned. It was a very hard task to do. So it wasn't destroyed by the American spies or missiles. Its main enemy was the collapsed Soviet Union. In 2023, a large park would be constructed right here, and the Chronoplane Loon would be the center of this large exposition. And here its long story would be ending. But not for us, because we are playing Modern Warships. Turn off the light. Hide it. Let's go silently.